am here at the shop, late hours. We are open, but it's normally pretty slow this time of hour. So I thought I would sit down, talk a little bit about juice business stuff in general. I have a few questions. I put out a post and said if you have questions, send them in. So I'm gonna answer those questions at the end of this video. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk a little bit about this thing that came to mind. I was listening to my business podcast this morning while juicing, and for some reason, whatever was being talked about triggered this thought in my mind that a lot of you guys are, thinking about starting a juice business and wondering and looking for answers to your questions. You're researching, you're stalking other juice companies, figuring out how do they do this, why do they do this, trying to calculate how much revenue you're gonna make and how you're gonna put that to, I just love it. You're trying to figure out, can you start a juice business? How are you going to do it? You're looking at your community wondering, do we need this? Do we need more? Do we not have any juice shops? Do we need one now? Can we sustain it? All sorts of stuff. We've all been there, and honestly, anyone that's already has a juice business is still there. We've been doing this for many years now, and I still wonder all these questions. Where are we going? How are we gonna get there? Should we go there? All the questions I still wonder all the time. And that's the beauty of it. It is a journey. There is never a destination. You've never made it. At least I don't believe you've ever made it. You've made it when you realize the journey is kind of the whole point of it. At any time, my journey can end, whether that means I die or something terrible happens and the journey just ends. And I have to be thankful and grateful and love every day rather than hoping I get to a destination and then I've made it. I just have to enjoy this moment, and if this is all it reaches, if only today is the absolute max, I have to be joyful about that and enjoy it. And the way I am joyful about that and enjoy it and feel accomplished is by shifting my actions so that what I'm doing today I actually enjoy, instead of just feel like I'm constantly just hoping I'm gonna get there eventually. Make today that place where you wanna be. A lot of you guys watch this channel because you have considered starting a juice business, and I know this because you all message me and email me and DM me and comment that you wanna start a juice business. And I see those and I think and I wonder, and sometimes you ask for consulting services, and it just makes my brain wonder. And I think to myself, you watch these videos and maybe you don't know that I have an ebook available that talks about a lot of this stuff, especially in the juice truck industry. It answers your questions as far as how much revenue you can expect, where you're going to be in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Because where you're going to be right when you start isn't where you're going to be 3 years from after you start. Maybe you guys don't even know that that's available. So I wanted to tell you, I have an ebook that talks about all of those things, and it could answer your questions. And I remember when I was in the phases of thinking about starting a juice business and really getting pretty serious about it, I emailed juice business owners and asked them all my questions, hoping for a reply, and I never got a reply. That's probably one of the saddest things ever, is you email somebody you admire so much for business advice and you don't get a response. And I totally understand why, because sometimes as the owner, you don't feel like you're in a place to reveal those secrets, or you just simply don't want to reveal the secrets, or you're the owner and you can do whatever you want. It's your company. You don't have to reveal your secrets. You know what I mean? And when I say secrets, they're not actually secrets. It's just how a business is run. And I 100% wholeheartedly believe I could tell you to a dime to a T how I run my business, and you just wouldn't be able to run it like I do, or maybe you would do better. But my point is, I could tell you exactly how I run my business to a T. I could tell you all my secrets, all my finances, where we do this, what our overhead is. I could tell you every single thing. And the only thing that matters though is the person actually living out those actions and making those decisions. Mark Zuckerberg, that's a weird word to say, could have told me his idea for Facebook, but that idea, that secret, the greatest idea in the whole world, wouldn't have meant anything to me because I don't know how to execute that Facebook. I don't know how to do that. So the idea itself is literally 0 to 1 to 0 part of the equation. An idea is only as good as how it is actually executed. So I'll tell you all my secrets. That's why one of the things, over the years, I feel like when I first got started, I didn't want to reveal things. Some common things I get questions about in regards to business: where we get our bottles from, where we get our labels from, what are our recipes, where do we get our produce from, how do we develop a recipe, all the little puzzle pieces that add to the business. You can have all the puzzle pieces, but it's how you execute that matters most. And how you build a brand. I'm kind of getting off track on a ton of different little avenues. My point is, you have questions. You want to know, where do I do this? How do I do this? What do I need for this? And my ebook might be able to help you in that. It might not. I don't know. You can go to the website. I'll link it below. You can see the table of contents. Is that what it's called? And you can see what's included in the ebook. If you're that person wondering how, why, where, what, when, all the things, that could be a great resource to you. And when I think about when I was just getting started, I absolutely would have paid a good chunk of change to have those answers. And it's not so much the answers, because I am a researcher. I can find the answer to a lot of things. I do feel like, at least for me, it's more so confirming what I'm thinking in my head is actually true. And there's a certain area in there where I'm willing to take the risk of blindly jumping, knowing that the worst that could happen is I could fall and this would happen. I'm willing to take that risk on certain things with the unknown. There's other things where I need to have it confirmed by at least one other person that this is the correct way to go, avenue to go, this is the correct answer. Having it confirmed once by just someone else reminds me that I'm not in la la land going crazy. I know for many, the ebook has been that. It has been that you've been researching, you've been thinking, okay, here's somebody that's done it before. I can see exactly how she has done it, and I can confirm my thoughts. I think one of the coolest things that's so rare about what we have going on right here, the fact that I film and document and you guys watch and share your thoughts as well, is that you can, if you want to, take that step to get business consulting by purchasing the ebook, and then you can verify it by watching the YouTube videos and actually see how the actions and what we actually did work. You can read in the ebook about how I bought the truck and how much I bought it for and this and that and that. And then you can go and watch the video of me buying it. And you can see how we renovated the truck and how much it cost and all this kind of stuff. You can read about that in the ebook. And then you can watch it on the YouTube channel. And then you can see phase 1, 2, and 3, how we grew from phase 1 of the truck, phase 2 of the truck, phase 3 of the truck, to where we outgrew the truck and opened a storefront. You can see that logistically and analytically in the ebook, and then you can watch it real life happen on the YouTube channel. And that's something I'm actually really proud of. The fact that I told a story this year on a random day. I had the idea of writing a book and writing down actually how it happened. And that's just really cool to me. I still love to this day to go back and read the ebook and to relive it in a sense, and then watch videos that correspond with it. And one cool thing about the book is each page of the book, if there's a video that kind of connects to it, I link it in the very bottom of the ebook. One other cool thing about the ebook is you can click, it's a clickable document. You can click that link at the bottom of the ebook and it takes you directly to the video. In addition to that whole ebook conversation, this brought on a desire, these were all thoughts during my morning podcasting today. And it brought on this desire to get back into hourly phone consulting. I did this before I wrote the ebook. I did some phone consulting because it was requested so much. And after many months of phone consulting, I had the idea of, it's pretty repetitive. Many people have the same question over and over again. I think I will just put it all in a book, and it's much easier. It's more, tangible, visual for the consumer. So I wrote the book. Before that, though, I did the phone consulting, and I really do enjoy it. And I was thinking, you do something, then you reflect on it. How can you do it better? I have this desire to kind of get back into it, but in a little bit of a different way. Long story short, I'm doing the phone consulting again. If you want to do a phone chat, I get these emails and DMs all the time. Hey, can I pick your brain for an hour? Can I ask you questions about this, blah, blah, blah. And if it's just a small, simple thing, I usually reply just with a quick little answer. But sometimes, in certain situations, it requires a lot more communicating. So I have this blurb I have my computer here, on the website that says, it says hourly consulting as of now. I now offer hourly consulting again, so on and so forth. And then it says, I'd rather call this juice, business, and life coaching. I do not consider myself an expert in the juice field, which is what a consultant would be deemed. I will, however, share my experiences and coach you through yours. And the reason behind this, when I think about this, is I really don't see myself as a consultant. I don't know a lot about the juice business, and there are people in this industry that know exponential amounts more than me. And I have a bunch of side gigs. Like, I'm not a consultant. I'm a juice business owner. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an ebook writer. But I want to offer it if that's what you want. If you want more like a juice business coach. And I say coach because I'll share my experiences and I'll coach and cheer you on in yours and give you my insight and the wisdom that I have from my experiences. But I definitely cannot tell you super step by step, this is how to hire, this is how to train your new employees, this is how to develop a recipe, this is blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not gonna give you a handout that's a perfectly made step-by-step thing. And there are people that do that and they're so good at it, and that's not me. I view consulting as that. And people are really good at it. I'm gonna link 2 people below, at least to my knowledge. I haven't ever consulted with them, but I've heard great things about them. So I'm gonna link them below. Actually, I might link like 3 below. I'm gonna link a few, I know a few. If for some reason, the Holy Spirit's just like stirring your heart and is like, call Jordan, you need to talk to Jordan. I don't know. I'm offering this, I just feel like I should. So if you need a juice business and life coach, I'm here for you. Let's schedule a time to talk, whether that means you just want to pick my brain, you feel like you want to pick my brain, I'm happy to tell you what I know. If you're going to schedule a consultant coaching session with me, it is going to sound a lot like this. I will tell you whatever I know and happily will share the information that I have, and you might get some truth bombs every now and then. I always hope there's some truth bombs in there. I felt like I just wanted to make a video about this. We're gonna leave it at that because I keep rambling, you know? Let's answer these questions. Is your new business growing successfully? Do you miss being on the truck? And do you prefer the truck life or the shop life? Is the business growing successfully? It's busier than we were on the truck, no doubt about that. It's super consistent, super steady. 80% of our customers are regulars, whether they're from the juice truck or they're new regulars. Location plays a huge role in that. One thing I wish we had was a drive-through. I think that would help. I think we would do, honestly, 50% more business if we had a drive-through. Many of you know of the window. I don't know, you know, that's a street. It's an alley. It's not a private drive. The moment I say, can we turn this into a drive-through? What if we have 20 people in the alley just waiting to get their juice? I'm not confident in that. Growing successfully, yep, we're offering new products, bringing new people in, we're definitely growing. We're not swamped by any means. Like, no way are we so overwhelmed and so successful and just doing crazy amounts in sales. Do you miss being in the truck? Yes, I miss the fun of like driving around. It was very adventurous. Shop life is definitely a lot more convenient and consistent. And for that reason, I prefer the shop life. Truck life, 100%, I wouldn't do it any different. I would still do the truck, start with the truck and then work my way into a storefront if I were starting fresh. It is the least risk option financially and just life-wise. You never know if you're going to enjoy something until you really get into it. And committing to a storefront is a ton of money in just renos and license and all of that. And just it's a time commitment. So I will always recommend, if you can, just buy a truck, put a little bit of money into it, and if you don't love it, you can sell the truck. Next question, did you sell the truck yet? No, we have not sold the truck. We have a few people that have been like, hey, I'm raising the capital, which is like a common thing. People just, money is the hardest thing about all of this, you know? We really are ready to sell it, ready to get rid of it. It's just sitting there and it's not doing anything good, and we want to sell the juicer, the C27 with it. We're ready to let go of those as, you know, that season is just over. I can't see a use of it. If we don't sell the truck for whatever reason, we are going to use it for next season, but I really want to sell it soon. Let it be a blessing to somebody else because it's just sitting there. Are you ever going to ship juices or orders out of state? Have a great day. I don't know. You know, that's like an area where I, at least right now, don't want to tackle and take on. Never say never though. We got some other priorities first, but you never know. We could definitely ship out of state. We'll see. If you're going to JuiceCon, I can't wait to see you at JuiceCon. We got like a 2.5 week countdown going on. It's gonna be fun, guys. If you're not going to JuiceCon, you're missing out. If you're not going to JuiceCon, don't worry, I'm gonna vlog. You're gonna get at least to see some of the experience. It's gonna be so much fun. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell. YouTube's weird. They're unsubscribing people. They're not notifying people. It's a weird world we live in this social media age. So if you want to make sure not to miss a video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Leave your comments below. I always want to know what you guys think. Whether you're local, we've had a lot of people come in lately that say they watch the videos, and it's just so silly to me. I'm like, You're local though. Only people from Canada and the Philippines are supposed to watch these videos. If you're from Canada or the Philippines, give this video a thumbs up. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye!